I'm excited. Tonight we have a Real America brought to you by CSX, and it's something that we've been trying to bring to you now for 2 years. I introduced you originally 2 years ago to Jake and Vanessa Kiesler, just 5 weeks after Jake lost both of his legs in Iraq. We have followed them over the last 2 years, and we have watched as, against all odds, they have rebuilt their lives. Remarkably, Jake got back into scuba diving, rock climbing, skiing, fly fishing. I really feel like a head in a jar next to this guy. He's gotten into almost every single activity he did before he got hit, except for one thing. He wanted to get back onto a motorcycle. Well, last year I asked, is there anybody that would be willing to help Jake realize that dream? Well, Bill Hatton called me. He answered that call. Bill owns a custom bike shop in a small Michigan town. Well, he and his amazing staff built a custom bike from scratch. Recently, they, along with hundreds of veterans, converged in this small town in Michigan to honor one man's sacrifice and to celebrate another man's incredible generosity.
Some call this the sound of freedom. The sound of motorcycles, hundreds of them, fill the air on this beautiful spring morning as veterans, the Patriot Guard, friends and family gather outside Cool City Customs to honor two men, Bill Hatton and Jake Kiesler.
Both of them are heroes in our eyes.
Everywhere you look, motorcycles, American flags, and jackets worn with pride of past wars fought. You could say that this is the heart of America, right here in this small Michigan town off a stretch of a country road, aptly called Divine Highway.
These are all brothers.
Today is the day that Jake will realize his dreams he's had since he lost both of his legs in the Iraq War 2 years ago. Today, Jake's going to get back on a motorcycle.
I want to personally thank every individual that is here today to witness what we did for Jake.
This day wouldn't have been possible without Bill Hatton. He's the man who stepped up to the plate to build and donate a custom motorcycle for Jake.
It is my sincere privilege to have built this bike for Jake.
Today, Bill and his talented team are about to unveil this extraordinary motorcycle. There is no better man for the job. You see, Bill is also a double amputee. He lost both of his legs in a tragic highway construction accident in 2004. So he knows how important it is for Jake to get back on a bike.
The wind in your face and, you know, the rubber on the road and you're riding with friends. It's almost like a healing experience.
So without further ado, here we go.
The bike is beautiful and specially built for Jake's special needs, right down to the kickstand.
When he unveiled it and showed it to me, I was like, can't believe it. It came picture out of my head right onto the ground, and it's reality.
I think that is the time to go riding.
And here's one of my favorite parts. Before they set out on the road, they take a moment to bless the bike.
Father, I ask for your blessing on Jake and Vanessa as they ride. May this bike always be an example of this tenacious spirit that's inside of Jake.
It just feels like gratitude. It's like every moment that we've had to do kind of has culminated into today. It's very powerful. It's very powerful.
Watching Jake at this moment, slowly making his way towards the highway to take his monumental ride, flanked by the Patriot Guard, by friends and family, this is one of those pivot points, a defining moment in a man's life, a defining moment in Jake's life. As pivotal as the first time we met Jake, just weeks after the explosion.
There you go.
As pivotal as the first time we cheered for Jake as he learned to walk in his prosthetic legs.
This is feeling really good.
As pivotal as the moment Jake and Bill met for the first time last December.
Good to see you. Oh my God.
And now this.
It was freedom from the second we pulled out. And I knew when I was riding next to Jake today and looked over at him, and I knew he got it. You know, he got that freedom.
It's just unbelievable. You know, I've gone through so much in the last 2 years to be able to get back on a bike and just motor on down the road. That bike's got a lot of power.
Bill is one of the most amazingly decent human beings I've ever known. I watched both of them today, side by side, not a leg between them, and just doing what they love to do.
Bill has given Jake the gift of freedom to feel the wind on his face and forget for a while about what he lost in the war, what he lost in the name of freedom, as these two extraordinary men cruise down Divine Highway. The blessing given earlier in the day resonates now loudly, profoundly. May all their rides be filled with good roads and beautiful skies.
If you want to learn more about Bill Hatton and his incredible generosity, visit his website at www.coolcitycustoms.com. That is tonight's Real America. Sponsored by CSX, it's how tomorrow moves.